Alright, boys. What's going on? Yeah, not a good week. I'm just trying to get these all pulled up here. Alright, yeah, we'll just start at the top here. Illinois at Nebraska. I took Nebraska to cover in this. That did not happen. I mean, Don Raiola, he played well until the very end. Yeah, this was a weird game, man. The end of this game, obviously it went to overtime, but Nebraska had like 3rd and 40 or something. Where's that at? Let's see. It's not even on here. It won't even show up. Yeah, going into this, I felt really good about Nebraska. I thought at home their defense would play well. I didn't think Luke Altmaier would throw for 4 touchdowns, but he did. But Nebraska, they couldn't run the ball. I mean, obviously it doesn't help when Don Raiola had negative 52 yards because of sacks. And one of those was in overtime, I believe, when he dropped back and he just kept dropping back. And it was like a 25 yard loss. Yeah, that does not help. What else stands out? Man, honestly, Illinois is just a good football team. Really solid team, and this was a hard win for them. They went on the road. They won in Lincoln. They beat Nebraska. So obviously, they're pretty legit. But yeah, Nebraska. Kind of let me down. I was pretty confident in them. I mean, I took them 7.5. Obviously, they didn't get the job done. Florida, that one did hit. I mean, I don't even think Florida's good, or like, I don't really like them as a team. But Mississippi State, man, Blake Shapen got hurt. And Mississippi State, it's not good. Not good for them. When they lost to Toledo the week before, so they have a lot of problems. Florida, I still don't get the 2 quarterback system. I mean, they both played well, but I think that was expected. You expected both of them to play well against Mississippi State. Yeah, I just don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I feel like you gain a lot more having Likeway play this year. And hey, what if you upset one team? I mean, the schedule is brutal. They have Tennessee, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss. Like, you're probably not going to win any of those games, but you can beat UCF, you can beat Kentucky, you can beat Florida State. I mean, that puts you at 5 wins. If you win those, you're not going to a bowl game unless you upset someone. I don't think Graham Mertz gives you the opportunity. And also, like, I don't see the benefits in having Graham Mertz play when we know who he is. Like, we know who he is as a quarterback. Like, DJ Lakeway has so much potential. Like, 7 for 7, 11 yards per pass is good. Like, that is something that Billy Napier should really consider. And I'm sure Florida fans as a whole, I mean, you don't want to see Graham Mertz out there. You know who he is. We saw him at Wisconsin. So, yeah, I felt really good about picking Florida, and they actually pulled through. I don't know why I made that red. What color green did we use that? Yeah, that's good. Kansas. Kansas. Yeah, this is right at the end. Jalen Daniels, man, another turnover. Devin Neal is just going off this year. Another 110 yards. I thought this was the game. I said it on Friday when I made my picks. I thought Kansas was going to get right. Their offense was going to get right, find their stride. Jalen Daniels maybe not turn it over so many times. He had 1 turnover, but that's That's enough in a one-score game. That's the difference. And they lost by 4, and I took them +2. Tough scene. I don't know what, like, Kansas is 1-3, and people had them fighting for the Big 12. I mean, I don't know. They have a problem with themselves. I think they get in their way more than the other team. I don't know if that's something that you can fix either. Now USC Michigan, kind of how I thought when I made my pick on Friday. I said that Michigan's gonna keep this close at home. I said I expect USC to win, but it's gonna be a one-score game. I thought like maybe 7. USC wins by 7. Not Michigan went outright, but they did. And I'm not really that surprised. Like, I'll take this L. Like, I'm not surprised by this. Michigan punched them in the mouth. USC to knock it up in the 4th quarter. Like, that drive was demoralizing at the end. You could tell. That last drive, Michigan had a long run, and then they got down to the red zone, and they just bullied them. Last play of the game, they went heavy personnel, no receivers. They're just like, stop the run. Can you stop us? If we run right at you. And USC couldn't. The 3rd quarter, USC really showed a lot of life. That was really the only time in the game they showed life. The first half, especially the 1st quarter, Michigan had them in a box. Like, it was really bad. Michigan's defensive line's legit. And I don't think that Texas game should tell the whole story. Obviously not anymore. I don't think it should tell the whole story with Michigan, because I think Texas has the best offensive line in college football as of right now, from what we've seen. And Michigan's defensive line is as good as we all thought. I mean, their edge rushers were getting in there. Miller Moss was pressured, I think, like 24, 25 times in this game. And he dropped back like 50 times to throw. So yeah, shout out Michigan. Hard-fought win at home, and they got the job done. Georgia Tech plus 10.5. This one I don't think ended up hitting, did it? No, it was 12. So it did not hit. You gotta be kidding me. Man, we are 1-4 so far this week. Now I know Arkansas hit. Arkansas did hit. Auburn has this problem too. They got a Kansas problem. You're getting in the way of your own team more than the other team is. And look at this, dude. Like, what is this? What is this, guys? What is this? This is not good. Hank Brown, 7-13, 3 picks. All right, we'll bench him. Payne Thorne, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Game's over. I mean, this game was terrible to watch. This was like watching Iowa and Northwestern 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, 2022 Iowa, Northwestern. First 1 to 10. And this game was just bad. There's a sequence. There's 3 picks or 3 turnovers on 3 consecutive plays. That's all I need to say about that game. I mean, I felt good about Arkansas winning the game outright, which they did. That's why I took them plus 2.5. And Utah plus 2.5. I mean, Oklahoma State's just not a good football team. That's the bottom line. Like, Cam Rising did not play in this game. Isaac Wilson threw 2 picks, and Utah won. Now, the score's kind of misleading, because this game was 22-3 with like 5 minutes left. And then Oklahoma State just scored twice and got 2-point conversions right at the end. Touchdown, touchdown. 3 plays, 7 plays. It made it look like a game. The final couple touchdowns, because it really wasn't. Utah's defense was dominant in this game. Oklahoma State had those 2 late touchdowns. They still only had 285 yards. And they led a non-Cam Rising Utah offense that went 5 for 18 on 3rd down Still have 456 total. And Ollie Gordon, man, I mean, it's not all on him. When you watch the game, it's definitely not all his fault. This offensive line is like the most experienced in college football. All these returning guys, all the highest of expectations coming into this year. And they've really let the team down, if I'm being honest. They have really let the team down. And Oklahoma State, I don't know how they're still ranked. They're still in the poll, the new poll that came out. They're 20th, as you can see right above my mouse here. They're 20th. I don't know how. They're a bad football team. They're really bad. They should have lost to Arkansas. They won, but they should have lost. They played terrible that game, and they had to come back. I'll probably take Kansas State in that game when they play Oklahoma State. It's a mess. All right, TCU at SMU. This one hit. Which we need to go in week 4. Yeah, this one hit. Sonny Dykes got kicked out of this game, and they lost by 24. They lost 66 points. Like, what? Look at this. This is the craziest part. What is this? 480 to 375. You know why? Look at this. And you come over here, you see 2 picks and 3 fumbles lost. That's why I lost the game. SMU short field. Didn't really have to do much on offense. TCU kind of gave them this game. And it is what it is. I mean, TCU, same thing as Oklahoma State. They're not a good football team. They throw the ball. Like, he threw it for 43 attempts again. Look at this. Where's the attempts? 43, 52, 25, 42. Like, what are they doing? And the only reason he only threw 25 is they won 45-0 against Long Island. TCU's not a good football team either. The Big 12 has a problem of like teams beating themselves more than their opponents beating them. Like Oklahoma State, TCU. We'll get to Baylor, Colorado possibly, but Baylor, same thing. Kansas. Like, what are we doing? I just don't understand. And it's like it's every game too for these teams. Like Kansas, Oklahoma State, it's the same thing. Auburn. They're not in the Big 12, but Auburn has the same problem. They have a quarterback problem. Miami at USF, that did not hit. I don't believe. I believe it got beyond 17. Yeah, I got way beyond. Man, I thought it was 40 to 50, not 50. Yeah, USF might not be good.